It is the Monday night that every team in Illinois who started the season has dreamt of playing on. It is Sectional Tuesday. Welcome to Sherrard, Illinois, and the week of the round of 32. Tonight, 32 teams across the land of Lincoln start play tonight with the hopes of making it to Friday's Sweet 16. We will have all the coverage tonight as the Macomb Bombers and the Manual Rams prepare for a rematch here in Sherrard, Illinois tonight. It's the Bombers and the Sherrard Bombers and the Peoria Manual Rams from the Sherrard Tigers sectional here in Sherrard, Illinois. As the crowd continues to make their way in, we're about 28 minutes away from the opening tap of Macomb and Peoria Manual. So glad to have everybody with us tonight as the Bombers play for a spot in the Sweet 16 tonight here in Sherrard, trying to get to their first back-to-back trips to the sectional finals since the 2004-2005 team and the 2005-2016. Of course, that 05-06 team went all the way to Carver Arena in Peoria in the Class A state tournament. So a big opportunity tonight for the Bombers. They're trying to do something that has not been done for nearly 2 decades, and that's go to back-to-back sectional finals. And, of course, Peoria Manual stands in their way tonight, and they're going to try to avenge this loss. Of course, Peoria Manual up 18 last year, and just about everything went wrong for Peoria Manual last year in this game. And the Bombers win it 41-40 and would go on to win that illustrious sectional championship at Canton. We're going to pause for a short break. You're watching the McDonough District Hospital pregame show from Learfield.
Since 1958, McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
It is the McDonough District Hospital pregame show. Again, welcome to Sherrard, Illinois, in the round of 32 as the 3-seeded Macomb Bombers match up with the top-ranked number 1 team in the Class 2A Sherrard subsectional. That is the Peoria Manual Rams. And the Bombers and the Rams meeting up for the second year in a row in the Class 2A semifinals here in the sectional. Let's take a look at the road to Sherrard for the Peoria Manual Rams. They come into tonight's game 19-12 on the year. And their road to the Sherrard sectional, they beat the 9-seed Clinton team 63-47, and they ran out Tremont of the gym. 4-seeded Tremont downed in their own regional. Manual out of the Tremont regional. Tremont loses 72-36 to the Rams, a running clock in that one. For the Macomb Bombers, they're coming off their 22nd regional in program history. They upset the Rock Ridge Rockets in the championship, but before they could do that, they had to face the Canton Little Giants in the semifinals. They survived Canton 46-29 and get to the championship to face the Rock Ridge Rockets, who were predicted to be here tonight instead of the Bombers. And the Macomb Bombers get the ball to Nolan Hogue, and Hogue wins the game for them 42-41 on the last second play. At the Macomb Regional. Macomb won their first regional on their home floor in 22 years, and they won their 22nd regional in program history with the victory over the Rock Ridge Rockets. And again, Macomb trying to get back to the sectional finals back-to-back years since 04-05 and 05-06. Both those teams under Coach Watson. And the 05-06 team, that was kind of the best. That was the best team in school history, quoted as anyway. They were 29-1 going to state. They finished the year 29-2 with a loss to Pickneyville in the Elite 8. So a big opportunity for this Macomb team to try to get to the sectional finals once again. But again, Peoria Manual, they're going to be hungry tonight, and they look to sneak out of here with a win over Macomb. And big opportunity for the Manual Rams tonight at 19-12. Of course, they're the Nesto Hoops. Aaron Britton, of course, the man, the spreadsheet man. Across Illinois, tracks all the basketball for high school boys, and he ranked him number 4 in his last poll. That on February 24th. And they're 4-seeded with Nestor Hoops, and of course Manual going to be led a big player to watch tonight, Dietrich Richardson. Of course, the Bradley commit back, committed to Bradley actually on playoff pairings night that Saturday, and he's going to be a good player for Brian Wardle. Very talented player, of course. His uncle DJ Richardson, longtime Illini player, of course, played for John Gross, and very talented player. And I remember actually watching DJ Richardson play for the Fighting Illini, and he was a very, very talented player, DJ Richardson was. And as a diehard Illini fan, always great to see the family, keep the tradition. And Dietrich's going to be a great player for Bradley, and of course, we wish him all the best. Peoria Manual, a rich history in high school basketball. Of course, the four-peat, and we'll talk more about that throughout the night. 94 to 97, those all those state title years, and of course Frank William, the point guard on that team. He was Mr. Basketball in 1998, and Illinois Fighting Illini Player of the Year in 2001. 99 to 02, he played for Illinois. That was the Bill Self years in there. And we saw Sergio McLean. He's in the house tonight. Of course, he's a Peoria Manual grad. He's been a big-time supporter of the program, and got to catch up with Sergio before the game. Of course, he was Mr. Basketball out of Peoria Manual in 1997, and just another one of those talented players that came out of Peoria Manual in the rich history of their program. And really cool to talk to him before the game and pick his brain on this game tonight. And he said it's a big game, and he said, it's an honor for both these programs to be here and to have the opportunity to compete in the sectional. You don't get here unless you work hard all year, and he gave kudos to both programs for getting back here once again this year. We're going to take another break. This is the McDonough District Hospital pregame show from Learfield.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home healthcare. The care you need, the comfort of home.
We welcome you back to the Sherrard Sectional. We're getting here pregame, and we'll talk to Jeremy Anderson before this one. Manual 19-12, second-year head coach Marvin Jordan, 40-12 in his tenure as the Manual head coach. And obviously he played at Manual. He was a very talented player during his time here, Marvin Jordan was. All-state Manual graduate of 2010, and he was a former assistant coach prior to becoming the head coach. So Coach Marvin Jordan knows the program very well. And they just sounded the horn, and both teams are going to take the floor here shortly. And the crowd on their feet. Here come the Macomb Bombers as they try to get to the sectional finals. First time in 2 years. They'll take the floor. Manual yet to come out yet. And here they come momentarily. We're going to pause for a break here shortly. Again, we'll talk to Jeremy Anderson. And here come the Rams out onto the floor in the orange and black. Battle of the orange and black tonight. And the Manual orange, a little bit different than the Macomb orange. Macomb's kind of got that lighter color orange on their uniforms. It's kind of more of the reddish orange, and of course Peoria Manual's orange is kind of that more dark Illini color orange. So a lot of orange and black in this gym tonight, and it's going to be a thriller as the top-seeded Manual Rams prepare to play the Macomb Bombers in the IHSA 2A sectional semifinals. About 17 minutes away from the opening tap of this one. This is the McDonough District Hospital pregame show as both teams on the floor here now. And again, we talk about this Peoria Manual team. We'll kind of give you a recap of where they've came through this postseason at. They made the state tournament 2018, 2019. I remember actually watching that team at the state tournament. Very talented group of young men. They went to state at Peoria that year. That, of course, was the last state tournament ever contested at Peoria because, well, the COVID pandemic wiped us out in 2020. 2021-22, they lost in the sectional semifinals in Class 3A to Rock Island, the Rocks, 67-62. 2023, they were still 3A, and they lost to Richwoods in the regional championship game, 64-56. And, of course, last year they get out of the regional, and they beat Bloomington Central Catholic 83-58. They beat Clinton by 30, and then Macomb pulls the upset heard around the state of Illinois, 41-40 in that Canton semifinal. And Manual's road gets knocked out once again. So they're really trying to get out of this sectional. Manual's going to be hungry tonight because they haven't done it. Haven't gone really deep into the postseason since that 18-19 state tournament appearance. And Manual, a very historic program that loves their basketball. It brings their community together, and that was one of the things that Marvin Jordan, head coach, talked about last year during the postseason ride. He talked about basketball is our community, and their community certainly shows up. And they're going to be loud and energetic tonight, as is the Macomb side. It's going to be a fun atmosphere tonight. Both these teams want to get a win, and whoever battles it out the best in the 32 minutes will survive and advance to the round of, or the Sweet 16. We're going to take a break. When we return, we'll have Jeremy Anderson thoughts on this one on our coach's thoughts, presented by McDonough District Hospital. This is the pregame show, presented by MDH from Learfield.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Health Care provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Health Care covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home health care. The care you need, the comfort of home.
We're back on our pregame show, our coach's thoughts presented by McDonough District Hospital, and Coach Jeremy Anderson preparing for another sectional semifinal, and it's a little bit of deja vu. It's the Macomb Bombers against the Peoria Manual Rams once again in the Class 2A section semifinals. Coach, congratulations and welcome to the round of 32.
Oh, thank you. That game Friday night was a lot of fun. You know, that was a classic postseason, lay it on the line situation. I think both teams played really, really hard. I don't know if it was the cleanest game played by either team all season. It was definitely a defensive battle. You know, each possession was absolutely vital, and our kids, I was really proud of their effort, especially on the defensive end. They sacrificed a lot to try to keep Rock Ridge in check and made some big plays down the stretch, and their reward is to go get a chance to go play in the sectional, which I know there's a lot of teams that would love to be in that situation, and we're fortunate enough to be in it 2 years in a row. I think the guys that we have that played a lot last year in those games are doing a good job of leading our other kids, you know, of setting the tone in practices, what the expectations are going to be. Because, man, it's going to be a tall task. You know, Manual's probably one of the best teams in the state, right? If you had to rank those 32 teams that were left in 2A, I'm sure Manual would be pretty darn close to the top if you were ranking them. And so it's going to be a really tough test, but that's what this time of year is all about. And I think our kids will kind of rise to the challenge.
Manual, a team that's going to play very up-tempo tonight. We saw it last year in Canton, of course, and they're led by one of the top players in Illinois, and you just committed to Bradley about a couple months ago, Dietrich Richardson. Talk a little bit about their up-tempo pace and how you guys will try to control that and what you guys will do there.
Well, you know, their basketball is designated on their defense, right? They're going to try to set the tone, set the pace with their defensive pressure. And so one of the things that we're really going to have to do is try to avoid live ball turnovers. You know, if you give up live ball turnovers, that's going to be points at the other end for Manual. We're going to have to try to not get sped up, try to go at our own speed, try to break the pressure, and then hopefully work the ball to get a good shot each and every time. You know, the pressure defense works in different ways. They can turn you over, they can speed you up, or they can also get you to take shots that you're not ordinarily used to taking. And so if you can handle the ball pressure, which is a lot easier said than done, if you can handle the ball pressure, you can get the ball moving, maybe then you can help get the ball closer to the basket. But that's going to be our priority, is to avoid those live ball turnovers.
2 years in a row, you guys have seen Manual in the round of 32 here in the sectional semifinals. Is that an advantage for you guys? Obviously, I know we're missing pieces to the puzzle from last year, and guys from last year to this year are in different places. But is there any type of advantage there playing the same team 2 years in a row?
I'm not sure it's an advantage. I just hope that it makes us a little bit more comfortable. You know, going into the game last year, I think the Manual mystique definitely got to us, especially early in the game. Hopefully now it's more of we've done this before, we're okay, we know what to expect, we know it's going to be really tough, and we know we're going to have to work really hard to do certain things, but maybe the mystique won't be as grueling as it was the first time. But I don't think that makes anything any easier. It just hopefully gives the guys a little bit more confidence that we can do things. But we're going to have to do things very specifically, a lot of detail oriented. You know, you have to get open, you have to make good passes, you have to move well without the ball. Things that you might get away with against inferior defenses, you just don't get away against them. And so we're going to have to really concentrate on those types of things to avoid putting ourselves in bad spots.
Coming in tonight, back-to-back regional championships. I know this one was special, and Nolan Hogue making the game-winning shot there at the end. How much do you guys rely on your post players in Lambert and Hogue in a game like this?
I think that their role is absolutely vital. You know, Friday night against Rock Ridge, they were really, really important. They played great help defense. I thought Langdon and Nolan both were in really good help side, and they communicated well, and they were constantly ready to back up the guys that were guarding Kuniko and guarding Bull, and they did a great job with it. I think their biggest challenge against Manual is going to be rebounding. I mean, Manual's such a really good rebounding team that we're going to rely heavily on Langdon and Nolan and Cooper and Nick and those guys inside, that they're going to have to hold their own on the boards.
How important is the first couple of minutes in this type of game? I know Rockridge, obviously, we got off to a great start and were able to get up with the lead, but totally different game here. How does the first couple of minutes play tonight?
Well, we learned a long time ago that two of the most important things, right, are having high expectations for your opponents and getting off to a good start. Well, we know we're going to have high expectations for Manual because we know they're really good. Getting off to a good start becomes vital. You know, you can't get the onslaught right away. We're going to have to handle their initial pressure. I know they're going to be really fired up. We're going to have to be able to get the ball in balance. We're going to have to be able to break the pressure. We're going to have to be able to get a good shot at the other end, regardless of how much pressure they're putting on us in the full court. So, yeah, getting off to a good start is going to be big. I think our kids are mentally tough enough now after Friday night, right, to know that it's going to be possession for possession. So they're going to be mentally tough enough to stay disciplined against that pressure.
You guys facing Peoria Manual here. We're again talking with Jeremy Anderson, the Bombers head coach, ahead of the sectional semifinals here. And Peoria Manual, obviously a rich history of the program, and a lot of those state championships in the 90s. There are several of them in the row. Do you remember watching any of those teams when they played in the state tournament and seeing any of those championships that they won?
Oh, yeah. I can remember that vividly. I mean, those teams were so good defensively, you know, and you can go back and you can watch them again. I think I just watched several of those games actually last summer on YouTube. The IHSA had those posted. They were just so good defensively, you know, and Sergio McLean and Frank Williams, those guys were just so tough. They mentally tough. You know, you go back and watch those games, it's not like they just steamrolled everybody. Some of those games were nip and tuck against really, really good competition. But, man, those kids got it done when they really, really needed to. And, you know, the rich tradition of their program continues to today. Nothing is easy against them. Every basket, you know, shoot, every pass and dribble is going to be contested. And, you know, and they have a lot of pride in their basketball. And so I think it's a privilege, right, to play against that type of team. I think our kids were looking forward to it. I think it's going to be something that they'll remember for a long time.
Give us some keys to the game heading into tonight.
Well, defensively, we have to keep Richardson in check. I mean, again, that's a lot easier said than done. We're going to have to know where he's at all times. We're going to have to give early help to the guy that's guarding him. We have to try to keep the ball out of the middle. They're so good at dribble drive. They're going to attack the basket. And then we have to give them just one shot. And if they make that shot, great. But we can't let them play volleyball right on the boards until they get a putback.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home health care. The care you need, the comfort of home.
Welcome back to Sherrard, Illinois in the IHSA Class 2A sectional semifinals. The Peoria Manual Rams and the Macomb Bombers set to go at it here shortly. Welcome back to Sherrard High School in the IHSA 2A sectional semifinals. It's the Macomb Bombers and the Peoria Manual Rams getting set to go here shortly. Again, this is the 2A sectional semifinals. And the Bombers set to get rolling here shortly as they Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the IHSA 2A sectional semifinals as the Macomb Bombers and the Peoria Manual Rams get set to go here for tonight's sectional semifinal. These two schools meeting up for the second time. Anything?
No.